Hello, welcome back. It's your host, Jeremy Mountain, with another episode of BLEU Mafia, baby. Bills lovers everywhere united. We're all a little grateful today. Obviously, big story all week. The treacherous journey of Damar Hamlin. Obviously, glory to God. Super excited to see him alive and getting well. You have probably heard a lot about that all week. Glory to God for bringing Damar back to us, and hopefully he will live a fulfilling life with a very interesting story. We're going to talk football today. Obviously, that was the focal point all week. Last week, we did not get to finish the Bengals game. Obviously, all week, the implications have been a topic across national media. We're going to get into a little bit of the implications on the back end, as we always do. But first, I'm going to hit you with 5 things that the Bills, as a unit, need to do in order to not only win this week, but take this thing to a Super Bowl. So let's get right into it. The first thing that I think the Bills need to do is thank God. A lot of people around Buffalo have reasons to be thankful, not only for the Damar Hamlin situation, but the treacherous shooting that occurred at Tops, obviously the storm that we had to go through last week, the storm that the Bills had to go through to get shoveled out by Squirrel or whoever that guy was. Bills got to thank God to be here. They got to thank God to have a collective unit. And they have to thank God that they have the power to make this season one of the most memorable seasons of all time. And that's a gift. That's an opportunity. It's been a sketchy ride. It's been a challenging ride, but the Buffalo Bills have represented what it means to be not only a man, but a human being, both on the field and off. So I'm going to sit here and thank God that we have such a wonderful organization to be able to look up to and to be able to emulate as human beings. The second thing that I think Buffalo needs to do this weekend is play smart. I believe that it should be an easily winnable game. We have obviously handled the Patriots with routine comfortability the last few visits to Buffalo for New England, other than the wind game that we all remember. But I still believe that the Bills need to play smart, and it's difficult to play smart when you have so much passion behind you as something like this. And in no way am I saying to turn the juice down, because I feel as though every week is a chance to get in some good Super Bowl hits on your opponent, and every week is an opportunity to get better. So I don't want to relinquish any juice, but I do need the Bills to play smart, and I need Josh Allen to play smart, because the defense can fly around. Everyone else on the 11, 10 guys on offense other than the quarterback, I'm fine with them flying around, getting crazy, laying the lumber. As always, you know me, I need to see big hits. But I don't need to see Josh Allen laying the lumber this weekend. I need Josh Allen playing this safe and getting us a safe dub, getting us in and out. Number 3, react and respond. Obviously, we saw the reactions. We had our own reactions as we watched on television. Everyone has talked about the reactions all week. And I heard an interesting quote from Chuck Pagano on Pat McAfee's podcast this week on the situation, and I thought it was something good enough to take with me, so I figure I'll give it to you to take with you, and that was, circumstances don't make you, they reveal you. And I thought that was really profound, and I think that's part of the response. Pagano also stated how good of a person Sean McDermott has always appeared to be, obviously. But these circumstances truly did reveal the leader that he is and the leader that the rest of this team is. And to be honest, seeing the reactions of some of the younger players, it makes you really, really understand how young some of these guys are. I'm 33 now, and it's odd to see some of these guys start to look like little kids because you think of them as these big, tough guys. But that was scary, and part of winning this week and part of winning a Super Bowl, in my opinion, is winning this for DeMar, not letting that be an excuse that he went down in that Bengals game and that was a distraction. That could be an excuse for the next 20 years, or it could be the season of destiny, the always remembered Damar Hamlin season for how they all came to battle in his defense. So I need them to respond accordingly this weekend. Number 4, love the game. To hear Damar Hamlin say, "Did we win?" upon coming back to reality and being able to communicate, that to me just speaks volumes about the passion of this game of football. And that's why this podcast exists. It's why I played. It's why I still watch it. If you've played, you know. But if you haven't, you can still understand it from the outside looking in, but you might have to try a little harder. But people play this game because it is fun, because it is rewarding, because it is savage, and it is a place to put your energy safely, routinely, and organized. And I need the Bills to love the game this week. I don't need them to be afraid. This was a really, really scary and unfortunate event, but this is not something that's going to happen every Sunday, and this is not something to be afraid of. I need these guys to go back out to battle in honor of number 3. And number 5, finish what you started. You're stronger than ever. This Buffalo team, this Buffalo city, this Buffalo organization, this Buffalo training staff. Shout out to that guy that Denny, I believe his name is, but the assistant trainer that gave DeMar the staying alive CPR, Michael Scott. I think everybody should train themselves in CPR. Go get CPR trained, because we see what a second, a minute, split-second decision to start working on that body can really do. But I need the Bills to finish stronger than before, because we are stronger than before. We've been through more than any other city. And I think finishing strong is something that anyone can understand, but I think finishing stronger is something that only Buffalo understands. And with that, we'll kick it over to the implications, baby. Love ya. Go Bills. We're back with the implications. It ain't too heavy, brother. We love you. We're all in this together. We have been talking implications all year long because we find some humor in the word. We find some humor in the sarcastic nature of making fun of mainstream media and the collective, constant matrix that is talk radio, talk TV, daily show, talk, hot take, all that stuff, that minutia that all just collectively washes your days away. We're here to make fun of that, but also give respect to the real honor of the game, which is the top 5 quarterback matchups of the week. Leaders against leaders. Number 1, Patty Mahomes taking on Jared Stidham. Stidham out of Baylor and Auburn, I believe. I believe he did play at both schools, but he had an outstanding game last week. He came out hot. he made everyone sort of think, should Derek Carr have been in there that long? Could we have had an opportunity to make the playoffs? Obviously, this has huge implications, and I'm not going to put up the graphic and pretend to explain to you for the 500th time what can happen. Just enjoy this Saturday and Sunday. Take some time to just enjoy some football. It's been a long holiday, especially for those in Western New York. I was talking to a client who was from down in Richmond, Virginia, and he was extremely empathetic to hear the story of the storm, but it was clear that he had no idea, and a lot of people don't have any idea, even if you weren't in the area. So shout out Western New York for being tough through that, but enjoy some football this weekend. Just take it easy. Take the load off. It's going to be some good ball, including Jared Stidham versus Pat Mahomes. Number 2, big playoff implications, win or go home practically. Tennessee versus Jacksonville. Jacksonville, I believe, can make the offs. I don't know if Tennessee can make it, but Smokey the Cat is being loud. Just going to have to ignore it. We're going to fight through and finish, as we always do. Taking on Josh Dobbs. I believe Josh Dobbs, but I do believe I've always been a Josh Dobbs fan, and he's a warrior. He played for Pittsburgh for years. I always thought he should have got an opportunity. Kind of got pushed out this year with a lot of 3 young quarterbacks. Journeyman, not even on the team 2 weeks ago. All of a sudden, he's got an opportunity to be the opportunity knocker and knock down the door for the Jaguars. I'm rooting for Dobbs. Let's go Titans. Bags taking on either Snoop Huntley or question mark Lamar. We don't know what's going on with Lamar. I heard Bill Simmons talking a little bit this week how this is somewhat of a Kawhi Leonard type situation where nobody seems to know. He doesn't have an agent. He doesn't have a marketing guru. No one's speaking for him. Should he play? Should he not play? It's weird. But the Ravens need to win to get in. The Bengals obviously need to win to have a higher seed. This is going to be a war. This is going to be crazy. See how the Bengals respond to such an odd situation with Damar Hamlin literally dying on the field last week. That's got to affect the Bengals a little bit. And they were really looking good versus Buffalo in that first quarter, if we're being honest. So I'm going to be watching to see if that Bengals team can continue that intensity level that they brought against Buffalo in Baltimore, against Baltimore. Because it would be hard to come back from something like that if you're on that Bengals team. I thought about putting the Browns on here, but the quarterback currently for the Browns is on a suspension from Blue Mafia, so we're not going to talk about the Browns. But quick shout out to Pickett, Kenny Cabbage Patch. Pickett has an opportunity to make the playoffs, and to be honest with you, I kind of hope he does. But Dak also taking on Taylor Heineke. Weird stuff in Washington, as always, Weirdshington. But they put Wentz back in for some reason. He fails. Ron Rivera doesn't know that they can get eliminated. They get eliminated, but now they do have an opportunity to mess with the Eagles, Cowboys, and Giants. So I have to think that with the decision to play Heineke, with also the young kid from North Carolina possibly getting some time, I have to think that for some reason this Washington football team really wants to win this game because they can really mess with the seeding and it's got implications. So let's go Heineke, always a treat. And then number 5, Monday night, not till Monday, but what a story. How do you write this one? Air Raj taking on Jared Goff, the cast Goff, possibly making the playoffs. Win or go home, I think. Check that, Smokey. Air Raj versus Goff. And the Rams have an opportunity to screw with Geno Smith's chance. So this is going to be weird. I just really, really appreciate this time of the year because from this point forward, we're going to get a little skinnier and a little skinnier down to that final 2, down to that final Super Bowl. And then it's hang on until St. Patty's Day. Hang on until Easter. Hang on until the sun comes back out. So enjoy this last season of football. We're in the final frontier implication season of 2023. Thanks for listening. Love you guys. We'll see you. Go Bills.